Okay, so I feel like I have a whole lot of thoughts, and so if they're not synced, I'm sorry. But I feel like if I can get what's in my head out to y'all, the quicker it comes out, the better. You know, like if there's a lot of things I'm processing and I just keep it here without communicating it to y'all, then it doesn't bear fruit. So I am going through like 2 different books right now. But I'm also in having a lot of communication right now with some leaders and with my husband, and just I'm thinking about a lot of things. And so I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys because it's been affecting me in a positive way, and I'm hoping it can affect you, I guess is what I'm saying. So first of all, we're about to end a month, and we're going to start in August. And August is really neat because for whatever reason, people treat the beginning of a school year a lot like the beginning of the physical year, like January. And you should see maybe some momentum pick up in your business, some speed, some volume going into September, August, September, October, November-ish. Sometimes it slows down a little at the end of November and December because of Christmas, but then again, I had 2 of my best promotions in those months, so really we determine the speed and all of that. But I'm excited about that, and I'm really excited about what is stirring among the leadership on Tracy's team, this 30-day kind of back to school or back to your business thing that we're doing for our teams and for your team. You know, everyone that you have should be really good. When I joined, they had a 90-day challenge, very similar, but it was very long. This is only 30, and gave us tasks every day. And I felt like it set my business off with the right foot. So I'm very excited about that. And I think that there's an effort right now to really unite our teams and create just keep the passion going, if you will. So that being said, like I said, I'm trying not to have this be scattered, but I've just been thinking a lot about things that I've read. So one of the things I've been thinking about, and that has just been on my mind, did you guys see that thing that Ashley posted on her page? It was a video by Tony Robbins or Tim Robbins. She said, you guys got to watch this and give me your feedback. I don't know if y'all saw that. It said Mind Shift. It was like a YouTube. Okay, guess not. Okay. Of all the things that she posts and all the self-development books that I've read and I haven't read a lot, but there is a common theme throughout all of it. And the common theme is us and our minds specifically. And the fact that if you pour into your mind and you guard your mind and you treat it like a precious gift, your mind is the powerhouse of your actions, right? And your habits. It can literally carry you anywhere you want to go, or it can keep you from going anywhere at all. And I've just seen this because when I joined, in my mind, it was like, there was such a strong belief, not necessarily in myself, like in a prideful way, but I had watched Hannah do it. And heck, the girl that talked to me about the business was a presidential, and there was just such a strong belief in me. And there's just been times I've had such strong belief in the amount of volume we can get. This time last year, I hit double diamond. We got 6,000 in volume in 3 days, and just things like that. And I've seen how when I am a good steward of my mind and I guard it and I feed it the scriptures and positive things, it literally guides my business. But when I don't, my business doesn't move. And so with this business in specific, there's no one telling you to clock in. There's no one telling us what to do, right? So if it's up to me, if it's going to be, it's up to me, right? Okay, well, if that's the case, if you're the one in charge of your business and the only way to make it happen is if you make it happen, then what is the thing that makes you happen? It's your mind. And if you're not protecting it and feeding it good things, it's not going to make you happen. You're going to have self-doubt. You're going to feel negative, exhausted. And I mean this in the physical sense too. That's fine. I mean this in the physical sense too. I mean this in the sense that I don't know about you guys, but like when I don't get a lot of sleep, like I'm impatient with the kids, I snap at Tim more, I feel more negative about the business, negative about myself. I don't have the strength to work, all of these things. And so what I'm saying is I'm realizing that our minds are so valuable. They can literally lead us to make thousands a month / help tons of people, or we do nothing. And I've just been feeling very strongly about that and convicted about that. And if I am my greatest resource, if you will, in my mind is, then my time and what I do with my time is literally going to influence our team and the business and everything. And so I can't watch Netflix at night. I mean, maybe a date night or something. And I can't go to bed really late because my mind is going to be tired and I'm going to wake up and not I'm not going to be on my A game. Not only that, I need to guard what I put in my mind. I need to be feeding myself the word and feeding myself positive things. Because if I'm going to move beyond where I'm at now, my mind has to move beyond where it's at now. I hope this doesn't sound really weird, but this has just been in my head a lot. And I'm reaching out to you guys as leaders because I know you're the powerhouse of your business and you set the pace and the energy and all that. And y'all, there are girls on Tracy's team that their volume, okay, they're leaders, but their volume isn't even where some of y'all's is at right now. But you would never know it because they're so stinging positive and they speak life over their team and they work as if it's already done. And one in specific I'm thinking of, and I'm not going to share her story because I'm going to let her share it herself, but she's promoting tomorrow to a high rank, and her story is so neat in this business and how long she's been in. And anyways, it's just, I've just seen how I shared this with Donna this week, and I think, I can't remember who else I shared it with, but there was a video that a girl did, and she was talking about when she went through the mud in her business and how she came out of it. And the reality is we're all going to go through the mud. And she said some people hit Ambassador in 5 minutes and never go through it. That's Tracy's story. She'll tell you, Ambassador honestly wasn't that hard. It was after. Okay, some people hit Ruby easily and then they go through the mud before Ruby and Emeralds. Or some people hit Diamond and then they're at Diamond for a couple years. Some people don't hit anything. They go through the mud in the beginning and then they start promoting. But no matter what, none of us are going to escape that. And I think that that's in all of life. You're not going to escape hardship. You're not going to escape suffering. You're not going to escape hard times. But if you will feed yourself and your mind, and if you will submit everything to the Lord, like we know, and understand that your mind is your biggest tool, why would you not take ultimate care of it and feed it all kinds of good stuff? Because it literally can make you $1 million. Like, you see what I'm saying? If that's the one thing that makes you work or not work, why would you not give it everything you can so that you work to the best of your ability? And so that being said, if you are in that mud time, what can you do to feed your mind to get past it? So I wanted to share this with you guys because of that, but also you guys are probably familiar with the 80-20 rule. Maybe you're not. The rule is 20% of what you do productivity-wise produces 80% of the results. So if you say, this is my 100% that I do for It Works, these are all the tasks that fill up my 100%. Only 20% of those tasks is actually giving you all of your volume and your results. Okay, it's the 80-20 rule. Same thing, like 20% of the people on your team are giving you 80% of your volume. A silly example is 20% of the people at a picnic eat 80% of the food. But it's just a common 80-20 rule. It's true. So knowing that, what can you do? Well, you guys know what really puts LCs and DTs in the computer for you. You know what that 20% is. I know what it is for me. So what we need to do is make sure 20% of our time, that 20% we increase. And then think about it. Look on your chart and look in your downline activity and see who is giving you 20%. What 20% of your people are doing 80% of the work, and pour into those people. Do what you can to help them, pour into them, self-development stuff. What can you do to help them continue to do better? And then they'll start to teach their 20%. And you'll just be amazed. It only takes 5 people to hit Ambassador. And that is so true. I mean, I look at the 20% on my team that's doing most of the work, and out of 462 distributors, well, you three are some of them. I mean, I don't want to say how many there is, but there is not, it's not 462 or however many people doing the work. It is definitely a true 20%. And so I want to make sure that I'm loving that 20% and pouring into them. And then also knowing that my productivity and what I'm producing is only 20% of the actions. So those actions, I know what they are, and I've written them down. And I've also written down a bunch of other questions, and I can read those to y'all, that I'm asking myself, how I can improve that. So here, I'll read this to you. Actually, these are a few of the questions I'm asking myself. In case y'all didn't know, tomorrow we're going to Pine Cove for the week as a family, and there's a lot of time for reflection and study. And I mean, we have fun as a family, but I get to do a lot of that. And I love the timing of it because it's before the school year starts, and we write down we go through the 5 F's: family, faith, fitness, fun, and finances, and we write down our goals for those areas for the year. Anyways, all that to say, these are some of the questions I'm asking myself. What do I have to do that no one else but me can do in this business? In other words, what is solely up to me and my responsibility? If I stop doing it, I'm out of a job, if you will. Okay. So what do I need to do that no one else can do but me? Number 2, what gives me the greatest return in this business? What are the things I've seen myself do that give me the greatest return? And there's different areas. What gives me the greatest return with my team? Like, what kind of actions do I take that I see you guys just thrive with? Number 3, what gives me the greatest reward? In other words, life is too short not to be fun. What is the one thing that I could do that I would love it so much I would do it for free? And that brings it back to, what is your joy in this business? And I know what mine is. I would teach people how to do this for free, and I would talk to my team for free. Like, that's the thing that I love the most. And in fact, that's where I have a hard time when I'm doing trainings and talking one-on-one with team members. I don't even think of it as work, so I don't count it as hours. And I get down on myself if I do a lot of that in a day. I think I didn't work today, because to me, that's free. Like, I love it. I love the relationship aspect of this business. I love pouring into people. I love seeing people get it. Some of my greatest times have been when someone promotes and they message me I have one in particular, one of my first girls to hit executive. It was a year and a half ago, messaged me, and she said, "I'm so excited. This check is going to cover my kids' clothes for the start of school." And she has 5 kids. And I thought, just stuff like that. So that's what I would do for free. Those are the things that give me the joy. Anyway, so those are 3 of the questions I'm asking myself. Here's some other questions I'm asking myself. I'm asking the Lord to show me what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right. But then I'm knowing that as soon as I ask that, I have to immediately open my ears and look for his answers. Obviously, God doesn't come down in a cloud. He speaks to us through his word and his people and his spirit. And so I know that that's something I'm going to do this week. I'm asking myself, what are the positive and negative influences in my life, both people and situations. For example, the gym is super positive to me. I have seen a direct correlation between my work and the gym. Donna understands this too. I don't go till 3 o'clock. And honestly, if I'm having a funky day, I will be in a funk till 3. I work out, I come home, and I'm like, let's do this. I want to do Zooms. I want to call people. I want to work. I'm like, okay, Lindsay, obviously that physical activity motivates you to work. So what do I need to do? I probably need to move it to the beginning of the day, because I know it's going to influence my work. It'll influence my habits, and it'll change my business, and that means it's going to change y'all's business. So because I'm directly tied with you guys. So I'm asking myself, what is positive? What is negative? People that are not positive, I'm going to try and limit my time, even if it's a family member. But I'm asking, staying up too late isn't positive. It makes me tired and unmotivated. I get up too late and I have a funky day. So I'm really wanting to look at those this week. Here are the other questions I'm asking myself. Let's see, where were the other ones? Oh, what, I already asked this, but what is the top 20% activity I do that directly results in customers and distributors joining my team, or in me completing the steps to success? And I think that was all the questions I'd written down for myself. I have a bunch of other notes I wrote down and things that I'm really, really focusing on, but that was the only questions I wrote down. And then I'm also asking myself, how do I keep my mindset sharp, and how do I guard my mind? And what can I do to guard myself from negativity? Scripture is the immediate answer, but there's more to it than that. And so that's what I'm looking at. So So, and this is all for this business, but obviously it goes beyond this. I think that the road less traveled and the hard route is the route of discipline, of choosing to read a book instead of watch a show, of choosing to wake up early instead of get 30 minutes of sleep. But the road less traveled is the one that has the most joy. Of course, it has the most success too, but it also has the most joy. And Jesus says that. He said, it's easier to be served than to serve, but it's more pleasurable to serve other people, and there's a joy in that. And so I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking, obviously, it's more fun to just watch a show with Tim at night. But if I invest in myself and in my mind, and if I increase the discipline in my life, it improves my business, that improves my income, and that can literally improve my kids' future, So it's so much more than that. And then there's more joy in that as well. So anyways, I've just been thinking about that a lot. The road less traveled, the harder thing to do. And another thing that is said, hey, another thing that Ashley said in the video, or not Ashley, the guy said in the video that's been ringing over and over again in my ears that I've really loved is, he talks about how people will say, like, I'm skeptical, or I'm just not a risk taker. I'm skeptical. I just don't know about that. Not in regards to network marketing, but in regards to anything. And he says, no, you're just gutless. And I thought that was neat, because it doesn't take any energy or any effort to be skeptical, to just sit there and fold your hands and be skeptical. It does take energy and risk and effort and guts to not be skeptical. And y'all have heard me say this before, but the 97% of people that were skeptical and gave up work for the 3% who didn't. And so I just want us as a team, and I want to challenge us as a team to be the 3%. So many people are looking for something to work, and they're looking for hope and a way out. And they'll watch you to see if you can show them that this is that vehicle. And so a girl came over Friday, y'all, for me to train. She told me that she watched my posts for a year. And if I need to be that beacon of hope and light to show somebody this works, if I quit, not only have I quit on myself, but I've shown somebody that may have been watching me for a year, hoping it would work for me so that they could risk it too. I want to be one that takes risks to show people it's worth it, because that moves beyond just my family and my paycheck. That moves into giving other people hope and increasing influence. And so I wanted us to be a 3% team. I want us to be, we don't have to be famous with it works or whatever, but I want us to be that 3%, the little engines that didn't stop moving, and that shows the hard route, and that shows discipline, and that shows to be good stewards of our minds. God gave us only one. And what if, I think about it a lot like my body. Like, I think we have one temple. And how far can I push this? Like, what can I do? What can I train my body to do? And in scripture, it says, I beat my body and make it a slave. How far can I push it? I only get one. And in about 20 so years, it's going to just naturally, age going to go down. So how far can I run a half marathon? Can I run a full marathon? What can I really do with this? I think the same thing about my mind. Like, I've only been given one, and we're stewards of it. What can you do with that? So, and Jesus tells us that. He says to guard your mind. He says to take thoughts captive. So I just wanted to encourage you guys with that. That's really been what's on my heart. And like I said, if I don't get stuff out when it's going, I promise y'all, I forget the words and I forget what I wanted to say, and it's just not as good. So I wanted to challenge you guys with that, and know that I'm praying over this next month and the year as a whole. And I know that what is seen currently with your business, whether it's positive or negative, has no reflection on what can happen in a year. The girl that shared the video that I shared with Donna, she went from being a low-paid triple. She was presidential. So to be a low-paid triple and have a presidential rank is hard. And y'all may be like, oh, you still make good money. Yes, but it doesn't matter what rank you're at. When you fall back, it's hard mentally. So she went from being paid as a low-paid triple, even though she was presidential, struggling with her business, wondering if she should even do this anymore. And a year later, she was in the top 15 because she stopped looking to the right or to the left, and she submitted everything to the Lord, and she just got her passion, and she focused on her 20% and went, and she snuck up. And I know who she is from before, and that's what the other leaders felt like. They felt like she kind of snuck up, like, oh my gosh, who is this girl? Now she's in the top 15. And then last year she was in the top 10. So I just wanted to challenge you guys with that anytime that thought comes in that I've been at Ruby for this many months, or my volume just dropped, or no one is putting anybody in the computer. Everyone I've signed isn't doing anything. I can't seem to get a distributor. Okay, no one is commenting on my posts. I have no more potentials. My warm market is dead. Maybe God doesn't want this for me. Maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, right? All of those thoughts I've had. You have to start naming them and calling them out, because understand that those thoughts and the negativity and the lies can keep you from the next rank, and that replace it, pull out the weed and replace it with the flower, pull it out and replace it with truth. Okay. So I just want to encourage you guys with that, and know that, there's nothing that stands in the way of any of you guys becoming any level in the company. Like, why not? Anyway, so I could go on and I won't, because it's almost been 30 minutes. So I won't go on. I get really excited over stuff, and I want you guys to know, and I did record this so other, obviously other rubies that didn't get to jump on can see, but my prayer is that we can be a team that is the 3%, that we can become leaders, that your team follows you, not because you're a position of being above them, but because of your love for them and your servant's heart, and that we can take our business wherever the Lord wants us this year, in a way that we feed into other people despite our title or our rank. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of all that's on my heart. So I'm going to be working on that this week. I'm going to be praying for y'all. I'm going to be answering those questions myself. And my prayer is that I can be the leader that you guys need. And anyways, I just love y'all. And now I'm crying, so I'm gonna pause the recording.